It's my pleasure to introduce this object here, which actually comes from the birth of molecular biology. It doesn't look remotely like the kinds of objects we associate with that science now, which are gleaming and mass-manufactured. This is a bit of made-to-order kit. It comes from investigations conducted in the lab of William Astbury, a textile physicist, here at Leeds in the late 1930s, specifically from work done by his PhD student, Florence Bell, who, in the course of her research, took the first X-ray diffraction photograph of DNA. So that's what this camera was for. Let me briefly explain how it worked. So you had an X-ray tube here, an electrified tube. That shot X-rays out all over the place. To put a beam through, you needed this little aperture. So X-ray shot through here. A beam then came into contact with a crystalline sample of whatever it was they were investigating. In this case, what we came to call DNA. And that left a pattern of black and white on a photographic plate at the end of the sequence. And the art of X-ray crystallography was the art of figuring out mathematically how to work back from that pattern of black and white, that diffraction pattern, to the three-dimensional structure of the molecule that you were interested in. So Florence Bell and Astbury, working together, not only took the first diffraction photograph of DNA, but also, from that photograph, worked out the first molecular structure of DNA. It isn't the one that ultimately made it into the textbooks, but it was the very first. And what's absolutely lovely, I think, about this object is both the way it connects us to a much earlier hands-on moment in molecular biology, but also the way it connects that science to something we don't often associate with it, and that's the textiles industry. Again, Astbury was a textile physicist. His job, and the reason that this work was funded at Leeds, was to work out the structure of the fibers that were being used to create the industry which kept the North going. So we connect by this object both the great old industry of the past and one of the most important sciences of the future.